Do you know why you can't find yourself? Do you know why you can't reach enlightenment or get to the awareness stage? Do you know why? It's very simple. You don't want it. You don't want it enough. Um, I've heard many stories before, but those who commit, those who are absolutely obsessed with enlightenment or to achieve enlightenment, are the ones that make it. And somebody once told me, a guide once told me, that at any one point in time, there are over 20 million people searching for to awaken. Over 20 million people trying to awaken. The rest of everybody's asleep. But 20 million people are actively searching to wake up. Of that 20 million people, 100,000 are truly serious. Are truly serious, have committed to it, and of that 100,000, there are little less than 20 who will achieve. Now, it sounds discouraging, doesn't it? But in actual fact, it isn't discouraging. It's because if you truly understood what I just said to you, if you committed 100% to finding yourself, to awaken, you would awaken. And you must want it as much as a drowning man requires his breath. He wants to breathe. That's how bad you want it. Let me tell another story. So, once here, there was a saint that called the name of the divine for every breath he took. And this saint did it for a few months and achieved his enlightenment. So I said to myself, what can I do? If this person did it, he was that committed, I'm definitely better. I can do better. So I'll double up the number of names that he's calling, and I shall call it. And I tried it. And when I tried it, things start to happen that you cannot imagine. Okay? Your awareness becomes so present that the ego and mind does not exist anymore. Okay, that's something I can only try to express to you or try to share with you, that no words will ever explain the ultimate state. It's called the stateless state for a reason. So there's no way to truly understand it intellectually by using the mind, because it's the place of no mind. And don't bother trying to understand what do you mean by no mind. You mean there's no mind present, so how do you function? All those things, these are unnecessary questions coming from the mind. Okay, but calling the name of the divine 50,000 times a day, that means for every single action you are taking, you are calling the name. And what does that do? That is not meditation, FYI. That is concentration. That is powerful concentration, concentrating on the divine, so much so that nothing else exists but that name. And if you do it long enough, I can only speak for myself. What will happen is that you realize that there is talking, there's action, there's there's concentration, there's you uttering the name, but in reality, no one is saying those words, and you cannot express it. You can only experience it. And when that happens to you, you truly understand what it means by letting go, by letting your true self shine and your ego self dwindle away. That's how simple it is. So if you're not going far with your concentration meditation, if you're not awakening, if you're not seeing the world for what it is, it's not because what you're doing is wrong. It could be, but it's because you lack the necessary concentration, the necessary will. You don't have will. Will and persistence. With the right will and persistence, you can achieve pretty much anything you want in your life if you want it bad enough. That's a key word. If you want it bad enough, you achieve it. But I can tell you, if you're just going to meditate and you are doing it when you have time, you ain't got the right mindset for it. You must want this more than you want anything else. And when you truly understand what I'm saying and you commit, nothing will stand in your way. You will get there. Okay, but I thought I'll share the number, because it's well understood that there are millions searching for to awaken, and of the millions, only about a fraction are committed, and of that fraction, only a tiny fraction are super committed and will ever achieve it. Okay, mind you, everybody will awaken, because you are already awakened. It's not the fact that you are going to achieve awakening. Awakening means that you are awake. It's like you're awake from a sleep. Everybody's asleep and you're awake. So everybody will awake at some point in time. The question is how fast and how soon. You wake up, you awaken, you don't take in more. Rather, you are stripping everything away in terms of your mind and attachments and fears, and when all those go away, what remains is a true self. But it cannot be expressed in words. It cannot be quantified. It cannot be experienced. It's the stateless state. Hope this helps you. Hope this pushes you the right direction.